Horse with No Name by America, 1972. Fantastic tune, great tune for beginners or even more experienced guitar players who want to add an easy tune quickly to your repertoire. So stick around, let's check out this tune. First things first, chords. Only 2 chords for this tune. Good old E minor. Hope you know your E minor chord. Index finger, 5th string, 2nd fret. Middle finger, 4th string, 2nd fret. And our F sharp minor. It actually has a more exotic name, but we're going to call it F sharp minor. You take your 2 fingers from the E minor and essentially spread them out. Index moves to 6th string, 2nd fret. Middle finger moves to 3rd string, 2nd fret. It's a great sounding chord. Out of context, it might sound a little ambivalent, but in the context of the tune, it's a great choice, and it helped make the tune what it is. Those are the 2 chords you need for this song. So that's about all I'm going to say about your fretting hand over here. Now, for your right hand, I'm going to guide you through some easy ways to approach the song into some more authentic ways that sound a lot more like the real thing. So let's get down to the easy one first, okay? Piece of cake, especially if you're a beginning guitar player looking for something easy to tackle, you found the right place. So check this out. E minor, 4 strums. Nice steady down strums. F sharp minor, 4 steady down strums. I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. Feel good to get out of the rain. Okay, you could play the entire tune with that simple down strum pattern. If you're just starting off, I highly recommend get the tune from iTunes and play along with that nice steady down strum pattern. If you're a more experienced player ready to tackle something a little trickier, let's do that right now, okay? I'm going to show you 2 ways of strumming the tune. Each one will get progressively more authentic to the actual song by America. Okay, you ready? E minor. Here's the pattern. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, I'll do it again. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. You could say, I need a long vacation. Okay, I need a long vacation. Now, the F sharp minor is actually going to be, for our purposes right now, a steady stream of down ups. 4 down ups, you could say. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have E minor. I need a long vacation. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I need a long vacation. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. All right? Pretty easy. Now, the third and final way, let's talk about doing it so you really sound like the real song. It's going to be directly related to what we just did. So put in a little time on that pattern I just showed you, because now we're only going to tweak it a little bit, although we're going to do it in a very significant way. We're going to add what's called chops. At least that's what I call it. I've heard a lot of other guitar teachers refer to these as chops too. I'll play it, and then I'll explain what's going on. Okay, I'm sure you noticed that chop kind of sound. I'll tell you what the technique is, and I'll show you how it applies to this song. The technique, regardless of which chord, the actual left-hand chord doesn't matter whatsoever. It's more what your right hand does. As my forearm and wrist and hand all move down, I let the edge of my palm touch the strings first, right before my pick scrapes across the strings. So it's a very physical, it's a very aggressive way to smack the guitar. The most important thing is this has to touch first before the pick strikes the strings. Okay? Most of my guitar students over the years, in fact, almost every single one of them, struggles with this for at least a few minutes, and then whether it's a few minutes or 1 or 2 practice sessions at home, usually they have the technique down. So don't be surprised if it feels awkward at first. Almost everyone says it feels awkward at first. But put your mind to it, the edge of your palm almost karate chopping the guitar. And then you bring the pick in close and scrape across the strings. Okay? So that's the physical technique. Now let's apply it to A Horse with No Name the same way the guys in the band do. Okay? So check it out. Slow motion first. It's always good to do it slow motion. E minor. Down, down, up, chop, up, down, up. I'll do it again. down, down, up, chop, up, down, up. Now, it's super important that you do down when I say down and up when I say up, okay? That chop is a downstroke. And notice, look where my hand is. The next thing, fortunately for us, is an upstroke. Okay, does that make sense? You chop down, and it's followed by an upstroke. There's a certain amount of logic there, okay? So E minor one last time. Down, down, up, chop, up, down, up. F sharp minor, sadly, it's a little bit different than the E minor, okay? But it's not tricky. Okay, slowly, on the F sharp minor now. Down, up, chop, up, down, up, down, up. Down, up, chop, up, down, up, down, up. Down, up, chop, up, down, up, down, up. Now, some of you might say, piece of cake, I got it, thanks. You know, and move on to the next video on our website here. Some of you might say, whoa, wait a minute. I got to process this. You might want to write it out yourself. You might want to, what I recommend, if this doesn't come naturally to you, which I totally understand, is to break it into two separate jobs, the E minor job and the F sharp minor job, working them separately and then put them together, and then finally working, getting the speed up to the song. For those of you who if it comes easy for you and you're done and you've already moved on to the next video, that's great. For the rest of you, if this feels kind of challenging, be prepared to spend a couple of days, a couple of practice sessions on this. I wouldn't expect you to be able to master it in 4 minutes. If you haven't already mastered it by this point in the video, then give yourself a couple of days to get used to it, okay? It's going to be worth it because it's a great tune. And this chop technique shows up in a ton of other songs out there in music land. All right, so be patient with yourself. Work through this as a mechanical exercise first, and then work on making it musical. I use those two terms quite a bit. I want to trademark that little metaphor, mechanical to musical, mechanical to musical. All right, you got to learn things mechanically first, and then work on making them become more musical. But most of us have to move through those two stages, the mechanical stage and then the musical stage. Okay, I'm going to copyright those two terms. All right, now I'm going to play through the song as if I were on stage playing it the exact way I would play it, the way the band plays it. But I'm going to do it slowly, okay? And then I'll gradually pick up the speed. Like I said, there's only 2 chords in this song, all right? So here we go, slow and steady, E minor. Down, down, up, chop, up, down, up, down, up, chop, up, down. Back to E minor. F sharp. Go faster. All right. Now, if all this is easy for you, awesome. Start adding it to your repertoire next time you go and perform or play at an open mic or sit around the campfire. If this is challenging, don't forget you can always go back to stage 1, 4 downstrokes. Keep it simple. Stage 2, remember stage 2? Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Remember that? I need a long vacation, followed by F sharp minor, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. The better you are, by the way, at that stage 2, the easier stage 3 is going to be. Because physically your hand is doing the same downs and ups. It's just that there are those 2 occasions where you go down with that chop instead of with a nice musical ringing chord. Okay, there you have it. A Horse with No Name by America. Obviously a classic tune. Certainly within your reach as a beginning guitar player. And I hope you stick with it and master the tune. Don't forget one last little bit of advice, especially on this tune. The looser you hold the pick, the better. I've heard good, competent guitar students sound not so great because they're squeezing the heck out of the pick and they get this abrasive, jarring sound, which I'm not going to do right now on camera. But especially in this tune, the looser you hold the pick, the better. That's how you can achieve a more sort of flowing, loose, musical kind of sound. Loose as a goose. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.